If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show, or should I say it's another episode of A Call for a Science Guy. Now, I am not a medical expert, scientist, or a doctor, so I want to make it clear there is no medical information being given here. This is just a what if, a what if scenario. As far as this really cool, they call it the miracle compound, graphene, actually got in your body. Now, I'm going to show you a video that just came out yesterday where they were talking about what could happen if this miracle drug gets in you. And it's almost like, whoa, I was thinking and wondering, I don't know how they possibly could ever get people to take it, but if they did, maybe you could transform into a superhero or be like the T2. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? No, but in all seriousness, there's important things you want to listen to here. Now, I had to edit out a part in there because there was some crazy talk about conspiracy people thinking that this could potentially be in, be in some stuff, some products maybe that people were ingesting or putting in them. This is all just a what if, because graphene's, we're experimenting on it still. We're learning all about it. We're certainly experimenting on the human race as we speak. But keep in mind some of the things they talk about. What would happen if it crossed the brain, the blood-brain barrier, which is important because, I couldn't imagine how they could do that. They have to get up in your nose, I guess, to do that, which would be kind of crazy. Couldn't think of any way that they could. But it's just a very interesting thoughts here from the video talking about just the benefits from everything we've seen on studies on mice. And, of course, that's all we've studied it on is mice. Talking about nanoparticles, killing off blood cells, things like that. It's very, very interesting. So take a look at this. Isn't this neat?
This transparent strip is made of one of the strongest materials on Earth. And now, we're going to inject this into your body. Could it make your cells regenerate faster? Would this mineral ever leave your system? This is what if, and here's what would happen. Humans have been using graphite to draw since the Stone Age, and now we mine it to keep our batteries charged and machines lubed. But graphene, well, that's something new. This material, first seen in 2004, is only 1 atom thick. Found after peeling off transparent tape from graphite, the mineral stuck to the tape was named graphene. And it might be the first two-dimensional substance ever discovered. But don't be fooled by its size. Graphene is 100 times stronger than steel and powerful enough to repel most gases and liquids. Discovering it has revolutionized battery and information technology, but if graphene atoms enter your bloodstream, what would happen to your cells? You can create graphene oxide by oxidizing graphite. And this nanoparticle, graphene oxide, can be used in medical treatments since it breaks down in water fast. Drugs injected into your system could be delivered to their destinations faster thanks to this cheap and readily available substance. Studies in lab rats have shown that graphene caused tumors to shrink. Other tests showed that graphene might even make your bones regenerate quicker. But all this comes at a cost. We'll come back to that. That much graphene oxide entered your bloodstream? The consequences might be dire. Remember, our knowledge of graphene is limited. So What do we know? Well, studies in mice show that graphene can build up inside the lungs. Graphene sheets only nanometers thick would grow and collect, causing fluids to build up inside your lungs. You could drown on the inside without even touching a drop of water. But what would graphene do to your brain? Well, if you were injected with graphene, a small amount could cross the dreaded blood-brain barrier. This roadblock in your nervous system stops bacteria and viruses from getting into your brain. Now, if graphene enters your brain, most of the mineral would dissolve over the next 2 days, but you're not in the clear yet. The jagged graphene nanoparticles could pierce your blood cells and completely disrupt their function. And if it damages your kidney cells, proteins could leak into your urine. This would make your eyes and ankles swell. This condition, known as nephrotic syndrome, would also kill your appetite. Well, you might have lost that already. While graphene has quickly revolutionized the tech and medical industries, we still don't know what this mineral can do to us in the long run. Is it a miracle of nature, or is it a killer in disguise?
Wow. So I had to share that with you because this video just came out. I thought it was really interesting talking about what would happen if it was in you. It's almost like like a cool sci-fi movie, right? If people are morphing and turning into, there's black goo. It looks like the guy's face turned into black goo. Very, very fascinating stuff. Now, like I said earlier, this would be neat, right? This is how we can market it towards all these just dorks out there who want to be superheroes, right? Oh, your superpower being, oh, I want to live as an avatar inside of Metaverse with Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, I could fly and I could do all sort. Embarrassing. But when you market it that way, stronger than steel, right? Well, who's stronger? It's like Superman almost. You could be like a Superman or a superhuman or a transhuman, right? And I thought the most interesting part, of course, talking about what it'll do to your blood cells, what could do to your kidneys, what it can do to your intestines, your insides, things like that, and how to kind of shed it out. It was very interesting stuff. But of course, one of the things, again, that's very interesting is the blood-brain barrier, because that's another thing that people don't think about, right? How they could possibly get up into your nose and break through, because, you don't want to break through that blood-brain barrier, triple B. You don't want to break through that. But there could be a way that you possibly could, and you got to wonder what would happen then. So these are interesting things that we're learning and everybody's studying. And I just wanted to share that with you about graphene. Now, again, I don't know how they would ever, be able to get that kind of thing inside somebody, but I thought it would be really cool to talk about it because, I love science and I love sharing information about science. And while it seems like it could be not the safest thing in the world, until we do more experiments on humans, we're really not going to have the answer to that. So maybe we could start, once we start doing that and seeing how it works, maybe humans will become more rabid, right? More rabid. Like the behavior will become more hostile, because like certain particles in them are, like more like hostile, like they can go on planes and be disruptive. The kids could be more disruptive in schools. People could be going to Walmarts and trying to fight the employees there, right? I don't see that happening anywhere in the world. But those are, I guess, things could be bad side effects that could happen, of course, if you get the old magical graph in you. So we've heard a lot of those trigger words, too. They're in the video about nanoparticles, right? And how easy it is to actually produce graphene. Right? So it seems like it's real easy to produce. So this could be huge for us, kind of like turning people into batteries almost, right? How cool it could be if we could just somehow figure out a way. But I don't know if we're ever going to get to that point in my lifetime. Boy, excuse me. But again, in seriousness here, it's hard to talk about these things and get around the algo. And again, I'm one strike away from losing my channel here. So, just want to make sure this is clear. This is just about the science side of graphene, but they did talk about how easy it is to produce, right? And how cheap it is to produce, which means they could do this on a mass scale worldwide, which is pretty interesting. So we could maybe, have clean, wink, wink, have clean energy that way or something like that, or just make human batteries. And then another thing that was pretty interesting too, of course, is seeing graphene's effects in water and how fast it dissolves in water, right? Because, your body is made up of what do they say? How much percentage of water? I think it's 60%, 65% made up of water, 60% made up of water, right? So you can have this in there, it would dissolve right in. So again, just something I thought was interesting. I thought it was very interesting too that the video just came out yesterday. But I felt the need to share it because the title was, what would happen if it got in you, right? And that's something I've been talking about too, because I've been so fascinated with this miracle known as graphene, right? It's just a miracle, they tell us. It's the miracle thing, and it's going to, really help the planet and help the world. So the fact that they're talking about getting it inside of you, well, it could cure things like, be a miracle inside of you. Could potentially cure cancer and stuff like that. They think so. They're going to do more experiments on it. I'm sure in the near future they'll be doing more experimentations on it. Boosts. Sorry, my chair's a little low. I had to give it a boost up. Let's boost it a little higher here. Okay. Yep. So anyway, folks, I wanted to know what you think about it. Pretty interesting stuff, right? They are talking about it out in the open. Again, because it's a potential miracle thing and, not going to be able to hide that forever, are they? No, highly likely no. And they see that people are going to be on board and want it, so why not? Right? This is the world that we live in. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. A reminder to check out the website at callforanuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. Again, the forum itself is worth it over there. Sharing information, lots of great stuff going on, fellowshipping, just really good stuff. I definitely recommend you check it out if you haven't. And again, I have one more strike allowed on this channel. You never know when you're going to get it. So I want to remind everyone to check out my other channel because that's where I'll be. They're linked below in the description box and pinned in the comment section. Because if I get a strike here, this channel will be gone this time. So I won't. Not only will I not be able to upload, I'll just be gone. So you might be like, "Where is he?" And you won't be able to find me. That one is a call with the number 4 in the title, Uprising. So definitely check that out. I want to thank the Patreons because you keeps me here on YouTube. And again, I'm interested to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Science rules. Science is cool, man. Isn't it? Yeah. Thank you guys for being here. God bless all of you and your families.